How's it going, YouTube? It's Game890 here with another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. And this time, this is going to be a battle based off an online competition I went through a while back, known as the Kanto Classic. In said competition, you had to make a full team of 6 Pokemon that only appeared in the Kanto region, with the exceptions of Mewtwo and Mew. And you can't use items on your Pokemon, just like in the original Gen 1 Pokemon games, where you couldn't be able to hold items onto any of your Mons to help them in battle. So we have this trainer named Samuel, who had a Tentacruel, a Venusaur, a Ninetales, a Wigglytuff, a Raichu, and a Ditto. My team is an Alakazam, a Ninetales, a Snorlax, a Machamp, an Event Dragonite, and a Zapdos. Without further ado, let's get into the battle. So I'm just going to start off the battle with my Alakazam. That's when the opponent starts putting in the Ditto, which is really bad because Alakazam is probably one of the strongest Pokemon on this team. Anyway, my Alakazam is going to use Calm Mind to boost up that special attack and that special defense. The Ditto is going to go ahead and use Shadow Ball and try to take down this Alakazam. I have Recover, so I didn't even care about what the Ditto was going to do to me. So I'm just going to continue the setup, just to get them boosts in. That's when the Ditto is just going to literally Ditto me and just use the Calm Mind as well. After that, the Ditto is going to use Shadow Ball on me. But Alakazam lives it. And that's when my Alakazam uses Shadow Ball on the Ditto, and this time takes it down. But it wasn't enough. I couldn't risk another Shadow Ball, so I decided to head out to Snorlax. But instead of being Shadow Ball, it turned out to be Psychic. I tried to predict they'd probably go for it. That's when the Ditto decides to use Recover. After that, I decided to go for Body Slam and try to get some damage in with Snorlax. That is going to take down the Alakazam for good. I mean, Ditto. That's when the Venusaur shows up. And it's going to go ahead and use Sludge Bomb on Snorlax. I then go for the Earthquake move. Get some heavy damage onto the Venusaur. That's when Venusaur is going to go for the Sludge Bomb and poison me. But I had rest, so it wasn't really a big deal for me. So Snorlax decided to gain all of its HP back and its cure from the poison. So Venusaur is going to continue spamming that Sludge Bomb attack. That is when I decided to go for a Sleep Talk. I was hoping to get either Earthquake or Body Slam, and fortunately, I got Earthquake, which does massive damage onto the Venusaur. So the Venusaur decides to go for new tactics and head out to use the Seed Bomb attack. I decided to go for Sleep Talk, hoping for either Body Slam or Earthquake, and I get Body Slam. That is going to take down the Venusaur. That's when the Raichu shows up. But this thing is a fast Pokemon. But the main problem with Raichu is that it's extremely frail. So Raichu is going to collide that Focus Blast on my Snorlax, taking it down as a result. I decided to head out straight to my Alakazam. Of course, I figured Alakazam would be faster than Raichu, so that's when I decided and used my Recover move. That's when Raichu decides to go for Charge Beam. Which is a problem because it's just going to boost up Raichu's special attack. I decided to go for Recover just in case some moves do some high damage. So Raichu's going to go for the Charge Beam again. And it does do a lot of damage. So that's when Alakazam is going to go for the Psychic attack. It really puts Raichu in yellow. But surprisingly, Alakazam was able to take the other Charge Beam. So Raichu is going to faint from that Psychic. That's when Wigglytuff shows up. I decided to go ahead and use a cover just to get all my HP back up. And that's when the Wigglytuff uses Sing, but Alakazam avoids the attack and goes for the Psychic to get some damage onto the Wigglytuff. This causes Wigglytuff's special defense to go down. Wigglytuff is going to go for Sing, and unfortunately for me, it collided and now Alakazam is just dozing off. That's when the Wigglytuff decides to just go ahead and use Play Rough, which takes down the Alakazam via a critical hit. That's when I send out my Drought Ninetales. That's right, a Ninetales with its hidden ability. I decided to go for Fire Blast, which would get a boost from the sun, which is going to take down the Wigglytuff. That's when they send out his own Ninetales. And that Ninetales is extra sensory on mine. And unfortunately, it flinches my Ninetales. That's when his decides to go for Hex. I'm just going to be setting up my Nasty Plot just to boost up my attacks. His Ninetales is going to go for the extra sensory again. But mine's decided to go for Solar Beam. Of course, this wouldn't be a smart choice because it's a fire type. But I just figured with a Nasty Plot and a Sun Boost, it could do some damage. That's when a second extra sensory shows up. And another reason why I use the Solar Beam again, because I'm not even sure whether this Ninetales has Drought or Flash Fire. So I wouldn't want to risk using Fire Blast while this thing gets a boost. After the Drought is gone, I decided to switch out of my Ninetales and head straight for my Dragonite. The Ninetales is going to use Hex. But thanks to the multi-scale ability, not even a crit would do that much. That's when the Ninetales goes for the Inferno attack. But even then, Dragonite is going to take it. But it ends up being burnt. So Dragonite is just going to set up the Dragon Dance so she can have some good attacks and get some good speed. But I have to do whatever I can fast before this burn kills off the Dragonite. That's when the Ninetales gets defeated from Hurricane. Dragonite's still there, trying to survive. That's when the Tentacruel shows up, and I decided to go for yet another Hurricane, which does some decent damage. That's when the Tentacruel is going to go for the Acupressure attack. That's when I decided to go for Hurricane again, but it misses, and Tentacruel decides to go for the Acupressure move again. So I use Hurricane yet again. This time it collides, and the Tentacruel is at red. A third Acupressure is going to happen. So Tentacruel's special attack is being boosted and all of its other stats. That's why I decided to go for Extreme Speed. When that HP is on red, it could just easily happen. So there is the critical hit, and that won me the battle. Man, I really enjoyed this battle, even though I couldn't be able to use all my other Pokemon, with that being Machamp and Zapdos. But Alakazam, Ninetales, Snorlax, and Dragonite did give it their all, and I'm completely satisfied. Make sure to put a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you later. Gamer890, signing out.